leafies, and I teach you about everything planty. On today's video, I'm kind of just wanting to go over self-watering pots. In the plant world, you're either for them or against them. I personally am for them, but I didn't start off that way. I was very skeptical of them at first because I heard a lot of bad things about them or people's plants rotting or whatever. But I have come to tweak my way into loving them. There are many self-watering pots out there, and I just wanted to give you my favorites. So if you saw in the previous clip before, about 99% of my plants are in self-watering pots. Why? First pro, they are super easy to deal with. All you have to do is lift them up, lift up the lid, or even just pour water to the side, and you're good to go. There's no mess, there's no taking them and making sure you bring them to the tub or bringing them to the bathroom or whatever to water, or having to empty out the bottom of the dishes. Super easy to water. Second pro, they reduce drastically the amount of fungus gnats you have in your home. Basically, fungus gnats come from the soil. There will be that one mama fungus gnat that'll implant babies in the soil, and they only can thrive in wet soil, which, what do? A lot of people top water their plants, which will leave the soil moist, so that fungus gnat gets in there, drops, I think each fungus gnat lays 700 eggs. So you now have 700 fungus gnat babies that are gonna pop out of there and invade your home. Which, been there, done that, refuse to go back that route again. So I'm currently still killing off the ones from previously, but there's nearly as many as before. With the self-watering pots, the plants are getting the water from the bottom of the pot by themselves when they feel like drinking. They get it from the bottom, so the top of the soil stays dry, while where the roots are getting water. So that reduces the fungus gnats there. I also love them because they are so convenient for traveling. If you are going on vacation, you're worried, I'm worried, I don't trust certain people with my plants. I don't trust that they're gonna water them correctly. They may overwater them, they may underwater them, I don't know. I don't wanna come home to dead plants. So, with these self-watering pots, all you have to do is water it ahead. Oh my gosh. All you have to do is water it ahead of time. Make sure you go right above the level. And that's when you're going to, I think it takes, depending on the plant, how much it drinks. Mine are normally about right at a week, and then I'll have to re-water them again. But obviously plants are a little more, some of them are okay with going like a few days without it, but like a week is tops. But if longer than a week, it's so much easier for someone to go in, lift the lid up and pour water in the bottom and just up to the level and just put it back down, rather than you having them pouring water all in your soil and stuff. Because they don't know how much it's gonna need. They can sprinkle a little bit or put way too much. So it's super easy for when you're away on vacation, for someone else to take care of your plants, or for you to just leave for a few days and they'll be fine by themselves. What's great about these self-watering pots is that they come in a variety of sizes and different kinds. I have started kind of figuring out which ones I really like and which ones I'm not a fan of. I am not a fan of the ones that just sit at the bottom where, actually, I'm gonna give you an example. This is my ficus. I'm personally not a fan of these. They're beautiful, they're cute, they're trendy. The only thing is that you have to pour it in this hole. You can get bugs that go in there because there's water in there. If it's dark or if it's on the top shelf, you can't see exactly what the level is or how much you're pouring, and you can't pour that much. It's very minimal you're allowed to pour. With the ones that I like is they can be on the top shelf like the ones up here, and I can just pour from up there, and as long as I see the level, it's perfectly fine. I don't have to take them off the shelf when I put new water in them, which is very convenient. Not only that, I have found that my plants, because I started as a test trial, and I started with putting a few of my plants in self-watering pots just to test it out because I didn't want to kill everything. So, and I found that the ones that were in self-watering pots stayed, first of all, they grew a lot faster. And it's not just because them being different plants. It was because of them getting the water that they needed when they needed it. The water you can tell in some plants if they're slow drinkers, because say if I were to fill them all at the same time, some of them will be halfway and some of them will be still full. And that is just them being able to drink on their own. Okay, so like I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Anyways, I love these pots. They're the best. So now I'm just going to show you the kind that I like to use. I'll also link them below just in case you want to try them out. I do say try them out first with a couple of your plants just so you can get used to them. They're super easy. I'll show you my less liked to most liked. These are great for bigger pots because the ones that are my favorite don't come in 7-inch pots. This is a 7-inch and it's pretty, but I do not like that it's see-through. With this being see-through, you can see all the particles, and also when the plant has like once it starts getting wet on the soil, it'll bring down all of that color and it'll turn this water kind of like orange, which I don't like. But for right now, this will have to do. It works identical to how the other ones work. It just has the string at the bottom. You put the water in here to make sure you do not pass or put it right up against that pot with the soil in it, because then it'll just keep soaking the water and it's not going to need it. So you don't want it to be sitting in the water. Next ones I really, really like are these. These are the first ones I ever got. I like how sleek they are. I do love, you know, obviously it has that little hole here so you can tell how much water is inside. And this comes out. You see there's a string you put through. This is where you put the soil and this is where you put the water. Make sure you're not going, and you can see it, this I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. Kind of like see through right here. You can see where the pot's at, and it's like there's maybe like a tiny little, maybe 2 centimeters above that line, that fill line. Make sure you just fill your water like right a little bit below the fill line, just so you're not having your plants soak in water. The reason why these wouldn't be my number one is because they have these slits in them, which you can kind of see as I move around the pot. These slits, for me, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when your plant starts being crazy and growing its roots outside of these slits, when you're putting this back and forth in and out of the pot, it starts ripping those new roots, and I don't like that. I just don't want to hurt the plant at all. So that's why these wouldn't be number one, but they're still really good. I have about 40% of my plants in this one, and there's about maybe not even 5% in this one. Now, majority of my plants are in this one. This one has the same greatness as the other one with, you know, it's dark. You have that little opening right here for the water. It sits low. I do like this one more because it does not have the slits. So when the roots grow, they're still good in here. They may grow through these little holes, but other than that, they're still good. What I wish kind of this was a little bit, I wish that it would be, this pot was more square instead of thin like this, because I feel like I can fit more of my plant in it. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers. So I like these, and I like these because they come in a lot of different sizes. So this one I believe is the 3-inch. It has 3, 4, 5, and then they stop. There's no other ones or whatever for that. But these are really good, and I really like these. Did add a clip before I started this video. You'll see my my bigger, big plants. I happen to find self-watering pots for those, and they're literally cylinders, and they're like this, literally like kind of but straight like this. They don't have these holes in them, and they're perfection. The only thing that I do advise is that you get your own string for those, because you're going to need a long string, and it doesn't come with any string for some reason. The holes are punched, but there's no string that comes with it. So if you're going to buy it, make sure you buy the string. Also, for those are a 12.5 inch pot, and they work the same, and they have little handles. Those are the biggest pot I can find. If you buy one of them, it's like $69. If you buy two, it's I think 102 or 109. So you're saving a little bit of money, but that's pretty good. Always want to save money. Other than that, my next goal for my plants is to get this one in a self-watering planter, but I need to look up some more reviews and stuff like that on some, because I don't know about the rectangular ones. I need to find one that's going to be big enough, because the biggest one I found was I think 17 inches, and it's not going to be big enough for my plant. So we will see. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to link everything down below, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. And follow me on Instagram at Merleafies, and I have a couple different things I post, stories I post. And once I get to 1,000 followers or subscribers, I am going to do a giveaway, and it's going to be a rare plant. So please tell your friends, tell your family, and have just a good day.